Breaking updates on that story. As the food safety body has now stepped in, a notice has now been issued and they've been asked to submit a report at the earliest. Taking note, the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has asked Karnataka to submit a report on the practice of some of these food joints that use plastic sheets to prepare these idlis. It was a real health scare. In fact, we also spoke to several of our viewers who spoke about the scare that it gives. My colleague Deepak is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Well, Deepak, the Food Safety Authority has now stepped in, asking Karnataka to submit a report. What are the details?
Well, yes, it is only after a few days that the Karnataka government took cognizance and also, of course, took action and carried out a drive against, restaurants, eateries or even street vendors who are using plastic for making idlis. Now, the FSSAI as well are stepping in. They've gone ahead and said that the state government should submit a detailed report to the FSSAI, and they've taken serious cognizance of how concerning it would be for anyone's health to be using plastic during the, idli making process. I'm here, of course, at a restaurant in Bengaluru, popular for its idlis as well. And here, the traditional method, once again, of cloth being used for several years. So fortunately for the people here, they're not having a big concern to order their early morning idlis. But there have been concerns that have been flagged, especially among the 251 samples that were collected in different parts of the city. 52 of them testing positive for, the usage of plastic in the cooking process. At this point in time, restaurants like these, of course, continue to be there for the people, serving them hygienic food and especially free of plastic, which seems to be at this point in time the biggest need of the hour, with people already flagging off various concerns about other food products as well not being up to the mark. But the iconic idli of Bengaluru right now has a reputation to, of course, continue to hold, and hopefully with these checks that are coming to the fore from the state government and also the FSSAI taking cognizance, there will be improvement in the coming days. Okay,
all right. In fact, we had also spoken to several viewers who had spoken about the scare that it gives, and the Karnataka Health Department had also taken some action, Deepak, isn't it, saying that they will also be enforcing it quite strictly. So what are the changes that have been brought about after these details came out? And secondly, I can see that the outlets are still just opening up. If it's possible, can you speak to some of the consumers as well who can speak about the scare that it gives and give us the details of what the Karnataka government is now planning?
Yes, we of course tried to have a word with a couple of them at this point in time. They did say they will come back to us in a few minutes after their breakfast. Let's try and get in a word if they are willing to speak at this point in time. Now, this restaurant, like I mentioned, has been here for quite some time. So both of you all from Bengaluru, there have been concerns that have been raised about idli having plastic in them in few restaurants. Here they're saying cloth is being used, no plastic. But in some places, the state government had taken cognizance. Now FSSAI has also taken cognizance.
Wherever we go, we see that the idli is baked in cloth, putting cloth. So everyone should ensure that it is done by putting cloth.
But now, are you happy that FSSAI or even the state government is taking note of it, conducting tests and also ensuring that they are booked as well, penalties are being levied?
Yes, it is high time that should be taken.
And do you enjoy your Bengaluru idlis? Is that something that one of your favorite?
Definitely.
What are you ordering here today?
Idli, then pongal.
Well, I'll let you enjoy your breakfast.
Thank you.
Well, as the gentleman here said, that one of his favorite dishes, of course, to order is the idli, and that's what he's probably going to order today as well. And he's happy that in this restaurant, as he does say that whenever he does come to a restaurant, he does keep a tab that it is going to be cloth that's going to be used and not plastic. Back to you.
Okay, all right. So some of the consumers speaking about what it was. So let's actually tell you the dangers that it could have. It's important to understand that carcinogen is one of the constituents of plastic, and it can increase the risk of cancer or can cause cancerous cells. So as per medical research, carcinogens directly affect the human DNA and even the cells that repair it. and this is the reason why it was of utmost concern. If left untreated, it might even lead to mutation, further affecting the DNA. Now, let's tell you how this is actually affecting you. Now, a simple procedure being done at these hotels using plastic instead of cloth, and imagine the kind of effect that it can have on your health. Plastic contains carcinogens, which increases the risk of cancer. There are 100+ types of carcinogens that have been identified that can affect your DNA, and the DNA functions may even get paralyzed. The DNA repairing cells may also get damaged. All of it because you decided to go out, get your breakfast from one of these outlets. So look at the consequences that it can have, because of which the Karnataka Health Department has taken serious note of the same. The FSSAI also stepping in. Thanking Deepak for joining us with those details on this.